Hi everyone, my name is Bianca and today I want to make a mask. And the mask that I'm trying to make is inspired by the Twilight Zone. So in this episode that I'm inspired by, and I haven't watched it, I just read on it, but basically this man is going to pass away soon, but his family really wants all of his money, so he makes them wear a mask. And he tells them that they have to wear this mask until the clock strikes midnight, and if they do, they will be given, their inheritance. And if they don't, then he will pay for their cab to go home, and then they just won't get any money. So they wear it, and something happens at the end. So I want to make one of those masks. I have my model right over here, and I'm going to use her so that I can sculpt my mask on her head. I need to find a name for her. I would put her on my dress form, Rosita, so I was like, oh, maybe it's Rosita's head, but I have to figure out her name. What I'm going to use for this is this thing here called Sculpt-A-Mold, and I actually bought this at a place in Pasadena called Remainders. They are a nonprofit where they accept donations of art supplies, and then they sell those art supplies at a better rate. So I found this and I thought I would give it a shot. Per the instructions, it says that I have to mix 2 parts Sculpt-A-Mold to 1 part water in mixing bowl. So I have a small bowl here and like a measuring cup. So I will start doing that, but I do want to protect my girl here, and I have all of this saran wrap that was gonna go into the trash where we work. They wrap things, so we were able to save some of it, and I'm using it for some of my costumes because let's try to reuse what's already out there, right? So I'm gonna be wrapping her up. Please do not wrap any saran wrap around your face because you can suffocate. I really hope I didn't have to say that, but better safe than sorry. Please don't put any plastic bag or saran wrap around your face. I don't want you to get hurt. Alright, so there she is, wrapped up and ready to go. Now I need to work on this. Oh god, it's dusty. Dusty. I should probably put some paper or something right here so that I don't dirty my desk. And this thing is like a cake modeling tool that I just don't use anymore because I don't bake as often, especially in this heat. I am not doing it, but maybe I'll put some baking videos here if you'd like. Let me know if that's something that you'd like to see. This is what it's looking like, and it says it just says to start sculpting, so I guess I'll just start sculpting. Okay, let's just go for it. Want to check it out?
How do you like it?
It's good.
Weird.
It looks weird?
Yeah.
Why?
The material, it looks more like almost like a Rice Krispie texture.
And Josh was right. It did have a Rice Krispie look to it, but that is okay. I kept going and putting the first layer on my mannequin's head.
All right, so I am almost done with her. She just had a bit of an accident and she fell, so I need to clean this up a little bit. But once I'm done, I am going to let her dry and then probably do another couple of layers to make sure I get the shape that I want or the form that I'd like. It looks like something from your nightmares. I think that's it then for now. Stay. Don't move. Please don't move. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let her dry and then I'll be back to put another layer.
Thankfully, she didn't fall and I was able to start on the second layer. This is where I was able to start making more of the shape that I really wanted by bulging out the cheeks and making some wrinkles. I was also able to extend the nose. The nose was a bit difficult for me, and you'll see it in just a bit, but I had to keep putting more and more of this plaster on top of each other to make sure that I got the length that I wanted.
All right, so this is what it's looking like. The nose was giving me a bit of some problems because it needs to dry before I keep adding more to it. Kind of looks crooked, but I think it looks fine. It looks fine. But like I said, you're gonna see more of the detail in the shading, but I've added big cheeks, kind of like the ones in the show, these two divots right in here. I've made this section a little bit more bulgy over here, and I've tried to make the wrinkles at the top. But the next thing after this, because I have a little bit more in here, is just to let it dry, and then I'll probably sand it because the image is a lot smoother than this. And it does say that I can sand this, so I'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully won't mess it up. But you see, I'm trying to work the nose a little bit here. But this is the first time in a long time, probably since high school, that I've worked on using some form of clay as my medium. It's not paper mache, which obviously that's a lot of the projects that I make, but I think it's looking pretty good. I'm really enjoying this. I gotta make sure I smooth out the inside. And then I can add this to the top. I keep moving away from the camera, I'm sorry. But I think it's looking really good. I'm trying to make it a little bit smoother. I might use my fingers for it. I think it's looking really good. I'm actually pretty happy with it.
I kept smoothing out the piece with my fingers and just adding additional water so that it can smooth out a little bit more. And I kept working on the nose. I've never picked an item's nose as much as I have with this mask. Luckily, no boogies here, just plaster.
I am done for today. I don't know what else I should do to it. It does look lopsided, but it's okay. It's okay. You can see I try to extend the nose a little bit more, and I tried to smooth it out by putting a whole bunch of that plaster all over it, but I think it's looking really good, so I need to let this dry, and then I will be able to sand it down and paint it. I'll see you in a few days, or maybe tomorrow, who knows? But I hope she doesn't fall because that would be terrible. I have my mask here and it's still kind of cold to the touch when I touch the areas that I put a lot more of the plaster. It's not fully dry. I don't know because it all kind of feels cold, but definitely a lot colder in the areas that it has more plaster in it. So I've let it dry out here in the sun, in the 90-degree heat sun for a bit. I'm probably going to test some sanding and see how that goes. But that's what I'm gonna do. I hope I don't mess it up because I think it still looks pretty good. And the sandpaper that I have is the same one that I used for the disco ball, I think it was. I don't remember what grit it was, but I'll put it down here when I remember. Oh, okay. It's sanding down. It feels smooth. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, it's not going to be like that different in the camera, but this area I've sanded down and this area is still rough. I'll be working on this and hopefully I will be able to get some paint on it today.
Even though I sanded it all the way down as much as I could, it was still lumpy and I didn't like it. So Josh suggested I use another material to smooth it out. The material that I use is this all-purpose joint compound that we had in the house. So I just started slathering this compound all over my mask in hopes that it will smooth it out a bit.
This is the next day after I put another amount of that plaster and I need to sand it down. I am on my lunch break and I'm gonna sand this down with my sandpaper, and oh my god, this table is filthy. Oh my god. Yeah, just look at my face. So I'm going to sand it down a little bit to make sure that it looks a little smoother, and then I think I'm going to paint it. I don't think I'm going to put another coat on it because I don't want to. So I don't think I will. I am wearing a sweater right now in this ridiculous heat, but that is because the mosquitoes have literally eaten me alive. Literally. So I'm gonna be outside with my friend and I'm gonna sand it down. All right, so she's as smooth as she's gonna get. And I might just do a little bit right here because you can tell. And the nose under here, it's not looking as smooth, but it's a lot better than it was before. I'm gonna take this off and oh God, I'm gonna take this off. Oh my God. That is so cool. I can't believe I did that. Interesting, it's still kind of wet in there. You can kind of see the sections that it's still wet. So I'm going to try to find a way to store it this way to not mess up the nose and hopefully have it dry fully. And then I'll still put it back on her so that I can paint it. But this is super cool. Ooh. Hi, it has been a few days and this is how my mask is looking. I am going to start painting it. The colors I'm going to be using are some colors that I have around the house, and I want to make it kind of creepy. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I'm going to use this green and some white and black paint so that I can... My mask almost fell. Oh my God. What was I saying? I'm going to be using some white and black paint so that I can create some of the shadows and hopefully it'll look really good that way. But after I paint it, I think my mask will be done and then I will be able to wear it and show you my final look. This could almost be like the mask from The Mask with Jim Carrey. But I've already made a costume for that one. I've already dressed up as him, so... But you can make this, you can use the same method to make any other mask. I was actually thinking of making some like those really cool old school ones, like the Frankenstein and all of those masks. I think that would be really cool. Maybe I'll try this one more time. But this is what it's looking like.
I did my best to try to paint this and shade it as much as possible. I'm not that great at painting. but I tried my best. I'm also going to be doing some makeup here on my own, which I'm not that great at that either, so we'll see how it looks. But in a few seconds, I'll show you the final look.
So this is the final look. I told you that something happened at the end of the episode, and they basically have their face completely changed because they've worn the mask. What I did was I tried to replicate some wrinkles like the mask has. So I put a little bit of shading here under my eyes and right up here. I try to block my eyebrows, but you can still see them. I have very dark eyebrows, so it was a bit difficult, and this is my first time. I think I did a pretty good job, and it's okay because I'm just having fun. I think I look gorgeous, and my husband does too. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing so you can see more videos like this one. If you do make a mask like this and you change your face a la Twilight Zone, please share it with me on Instagram. I always love seeing your makes. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Woo!